There's nothing more dangerous than a predator nearing the end of its life, knowing the end is near. An inescapable savagery mounts as the animal lashes out with righteous indignation toward its age, its lost apex status, and the unrelenting dark unknown. Rage, fury, and base instincts are all that's left of a once more calculated animal. Staring into that inky blackness is the 2019 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. The bad bull's time is ending. Lamborghini signaled the Aventador's finality with the Sion, a hybridized supercar that's meant to allude to the forthcoming replacement, and future-proof competitors are clamoring for its throat. McLaren's 720S, Ferrari's F8 Tributo, and Porsche's GT2 RS are all next-generation killers out for the Aventador SVJ's old-world blood, wielding new adaptations like hybrid systems and high-efficiency turbochargers. But the aging Aventador is still staving off the inevitable with Einsteinian active aerodynamics and staccato-sharp performance to accompany its ostentatious looks and singular lycanthropic V12 yowl. No, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ will not go quietly into that good night, and nor will you be once bitten by this primeval Italian creation. Prepare to growl at strangers. Base price, as tested $517,770, $610,365. Powertrain, 6.5-liter V12 770 horsepower, 530 pound-feet of torque 7-speed single-clutch automatic all-wheel drive. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 2.8 seconds. Top speed, 217 miles per hour. Quick take, Lamborghini should give these out with straight jackets. Kingdom, phylum, class. To better understand the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, you need to know the name. The Aventador honors a Spanish fighting bull like all modern Lambos. The real magic is in those three letters denoting something far more special than your average Lamborghini, if there is such a thing. You may have heard the SV appendage before, Superveloz, a moniker Lamborghini gives to its fastest V12 supercars. But the J, Jota, as in the Spanish pronunciation of the letter, hasn't been used in a while. Its meaning isn't quite as easy to puzzle out as a word that literally means super fast. The name actually comes from the FIA's Everdenser rulebook, specifically Appendix J, which deals with the technical specs and regulations for cars entered in its pantheon of its sanctioned racing series. In 1970, Lamborghini borrowed the letter and gave it a Spanish twist to christen a special edition race-prepped Miura. The name later returned on the Lamborghini Diablo SE30 Jota in the mid-1990s, a factory conversion that turned the car into a track-only racer, and hasn't been seen since. What we're saying is, that J is a rare little wink from Sant'Agata Bolognese that says we're not F***king around here. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ is the brand's most hardcore, track-focused supercar on the street, a machine of such stomach-churning quickness that it owns the Nürburgring production car lap record with a blinding 6 minutes and 44.97 seconds. A biomechanical heart. And nothing, not the twin-turbocharged flat-plane crank V8S of the McLaren 720S or the Ferrari F8 Tributo, nor the wailing 3.8-liter flat-six in the Porsche GT2 RS, and certainly not the grumble of the Acura NSX, can match the Aventador SVJ's cataclysmic, naturally aspirated V12. The sound isn't as high and pitchy as a 12-cylinder from Ferrari, nor is it a choral crescendo like Lamborghini's own V10. The L539 V12 emanates a more guttural noise fitting for its species that grows into a menacing howl to its 8,700 RPM redline. Bridging the gap between the 12-cylinder engine, which has its firing order emblazoned atop the engine in true Lamborghini pageantry, 1, 12, 4, 9, 2, 11, 6, 7, 3, 10, 5, 8, and the Haldex-style all-wheel drive is a single-clutch, 7-speed, semi-automatic transmission. Why isn't there a dual-clutch like its closest rivals, you ask? Essentially, it comes down to the Aventador platform's antiquity. When Lamborghini began developing the Aventador prior to its 2011 Geneva debut, dual clutches were prone to disintegrate whenever prodded with Lamborghini levels of horsepower. Dual clutch units were also heavy. Given the apparent drawbacks, the choice between the two was a simple one for Santagata. An exterior befit of psychiatric restraints. Walking up to it, you're struck by the lunacy of its appearance. Everything about the Aventador SVJ, whether it's the 100 or so vents, active aerodynamics, razor-sharp angles, or its Rosso Mimir paint, is quintessential Lamborghini. There's no mistaking it for a Ferrari, McLaren, or Porsche. Lamborghini could tell me the Aventador SVJ's designer escaped a mental institution and broke into its design studio on the day pen met paper, and I'd believe them. I'd then try to shake their hand, or at least try, as a straitjacket likely makes a handshake somewhat difficult. That Mad as a Hatter character continues inside. Billionaire doors open. The Aventador SVJ's cockpit wouldn't look out of place with one of the Navy's freshest Top Gun recruits behind the wheel. It's a vast array of buttons, switches, paddles, racing hard-backed seats, and a bright red flap mounted in the middle of the driver-passenger partition. Flip it up and either you've primed your missiles, readied its ejector seat, or you've located the Aventador SVJ's starter.